Well, good morning, YouTube. Okay, this is going to be just a quick little snippet, I hope, of a video. And I'm just making this quickly to answer a couple of questions that I got yesterday on my chicken stock, which is slow cooking over there. I'll take you over there and show it to you before I end this video. If you're not following me over on Facebook and Instagram, I will leave those links down below. That's where I post like all of my up-to-date pictures, my pictures in the moment. I also, once in a while, will share pictures of my kiddos. I know some of you have been leaving me comments missing my kids in the videos. I no longer really put my kids on YouTube anymore at all. So it's just not a safe place for them. So, if you want to see family pictures or anything like that, I once in a while will post them over on Instagram and Facebook. So follow me over there. But several of you had left me comments on a photo that I posted last night of my chicken stock, asking me what I put in it, asking me how I can it, if I have to can it for 75 to 90 minutes. And then I was talking to a very good friend of mine who also is a canner, who also thought that you had to can vegetable stock at 75 to 90 or 90 minutes for quarts, 75 for pints. It would make sense, right? Because we're talking about meat. However, according to the USDA, okay, and this is the complete guide to home canning, you can find stock on page 5-7. And on this page, they have both the beef, the chicken, and the turkey stock. Now, here's the discrepancy, and here is why I can mine the way I do. USDA says to can beef, chicken, or turkey stock 20 minutes for pints, 25 minutes for quarts. Now, when they give you the instructions to make your stock, it is only the carcass. It's only the carcass of either the beef bones you're using, the chicken, or the turkey. However, I don't make my stock that way. I add aromatics to it. So I add onion, celery, I have green onion in mine today. I have carrots in mine, peppercorns, bay leaves, a little bit of sea salt, garlic. So I add a lot to my chicken broth. And for that reason, I can it for the time of vegetable stock. Now, unfortunately, you're not going to find vegetable stock in here. And I don't think even Ball Canning has it, but the equivalent to Ball Canning up in Canada is Bernardin. And Bernardin, on their website, I will leave the link down below for you guys. On their website, they do have the instructions for vegetable stock. So I can mine for vegetable stock. Now, their vegetable stock includes carrots, celery, onions, red peppers, which I don't add to mine, garlic, bay leaves, thyme, peppercorns, and water. So because I pretty much use all of that in my chicken stock, I don't go by the pure chicken stock time, which is the 20 to 25 minutes. I use the vegetable timing, which is 35 minutes. Right there. So, long story short, I do not can my stock for 75 to 90 minutes. You don't need to. If you are making your stock and you are just doing straight stock from bones, then you can do 20 minutes for pints, 25 minutes for quarts. If you add aromatics or vegetables to your stock like I do, you might want to can it for the vegetable time, which is 35 minutes for quarts or pints. That is what I do. So that's why I wanted to make this video, just to kind of clear that up, because I know it can get confusing, and for me, as somebody who loves canning, I don't want it to be confusing or discouraging in any way for you guys out there wanting to can stock or make stock for the first time. Now, with that said, I'm going to get up, take you over to my big, I'm using the 21 quart electric water bath canner by Ball. I don't use it to can in. Stock, by the way, you want to pressure can. You cannot water bath can it. You have to pressure can it. But I use the water bath canner to make the stock, because then I don't have to have it on my stovetop with the propane running all night for 2 nights in a row, because I cook my stock for at least 36 hours. Okay, with that, I'm going to take you over to my stock pot, and I'll show you what my stock looks like. Here is my stock. And so overnight, I leave it on like a medium high, and then in the morning, I just crank it up more to a high. This is, like I said, the Ball electric water bath canner. I do can in this when I'm canning jellies, or like I just did my apple pie filling in it. I will leave the link to this one down below for Amazon, in case anybody's interested. I know you guys like links, so you guys don't have to go searching for anything. And I'm going to add some thyme to this. I wish I had big sprigs, because this can kind of be a pain in the butt to filter out when I go to can this, but that's okay, because I'm using cheesecloth. Okay, so in here I have added, I don't remember if I did 6 or 7 onions, but I did 6 or 7 sweet onions. And I just, I take off the bad part of the skin, anything that looks dirty, or, I don't know. I don't like any skins in, I don't like anything in my stock that I wouldn't eat. So if the skins are pretty and in good condition, I use them. So I cut off the ends, because I don't use the ends of my onions. I just don't feel comfortable using the root ends. I just feel like I can't get them clean enough. So I cut off the ends, and then I wash my, well, I half them. I cut my onions in half, and then I wash them really well under cold water. And then I go ahead and I throw them in. I do the same thing with my green onions. I have a whole kind of bunch of green onions in here. Again, I cut off the root end, because I just don't like them in my stock. And then I wash them really well. I mean, all of my produce is washed anyway, but I like to make sure that they're super washed once I put them in my stock. Same with carrots. Carrots are organic and they're ready to eat carrots, but I still give them a good washing. I just do. So I have a bag of organic petite carrots in here. Well, 2/3 of a bag. The other third I used to roast my chicken last night for dinner. I do have a chicken carcass in here, and my husband was sweet and left a little bit of meat on here for me for more flavoring. So there is my chicken carcass. And I have a whole stalk of celery in here. Is it a stalk? No, it's a bunch. A whole bunch of celery. A whole big stalk of it, I guess. I don't know. A stalk is one single, right? I want to say plural. I have about 8 of them in here. So there's one. I usually cut those in half. So and I do use the leaf end of them. There's a leafy end of some celery. So I just, again, wash it really well. I have 4 or 5 bay leaves in here. I have about a tablespoon of peppercorns, a teaspoon of sea salt, and if I had to guess, probably a teaspoon of thyme. I do have 2 heaping round tablespoons of minced garlic in here. And I'm trying to think if I added anything else. I don't think so. I think that was it. So this, like I said, will slow cook all day today, all night tomorrow, tonight, and then tomorrow morning I will can this up. And it will be fantastic. I do strain it through double layer cheesecloth. I'll take a lot of these chunks out. And all of these vegetables will end up in my compost bin, my compost pile I have, and will be used for my garden. I don't use anything with the vegetables because, quite frankly, I cook a lot of the flavor out of them. You can eat them if you want. My husband has eaten some vegetables out of my stock before. It's totally up to you. I just, you know, after 36 hours, there's just, to me, these will end up being pretty dead in my opinion. So, but you do you. You do whatever you want to do. It's your stock. So I just encourage you to make it. If you are a canning queen or a king out there, I encourage you to make stock and can it, because, you know, cold and flu season is upon us. And I want to make sure that when I go to make homemade chicken soup, I have homemade chicken broth on my pantry shelf. Okay, and with that said, I hope I answered some of your questions. If you have any additional questions for me, leave them down below. I will try to answer them for you. If I get a lot of the same types of questions, I'll just come on here and make another video. It's just easier for me. But yeah, I hope this encourages you to make some stock, because it really is phenomenal. And with that, I'm gonna go ahead and first off, I'm gonna make some coffee, and then I'm gonna make and can some butternut squash, and I'm super excited. So, all right guys, with that, I'll talk to you soon. Bye guys.